Hey Saber Forum members, this is Lord Blade Wraith here, and I have a very special package to do an unboxing of today. Inside this seemingly unsuspecting and very generic looking box is a new Ultrasabers Fulcrum. This is the brand new lightsaber that was just announced that matches Ahsoka Tano's lightsaber in the Clone Wars, and this is actually the first of a review of two sabers. I ordered the Lost Grey, her offhanded saber as well, and that's coming soon. But right now the first one I got is the Fulcrum, so I'm very happy to get to do a review on this and just talk about it and share this unboxing with you. I cheated, and it's not your traditional unboxing because I've already kind of destroyed the box seams here, so all I have to do is open this bad boy up, and we've got our accessories that I ordered here. I know this is like the most exciting part. This is what you came to see, the accessories. Round caps and blade plugs. And I also ordered, let's see, oh, I have some good news. Both the Fulcrum and the Lost Grey are in this order. I only got a shipping notification for the one order, so there you go. And I did order a couple of I'm just going to get the boring stuff out of the way first. I ordered a couple of these 24-inch Initiate grab bag blades for $5 a piece, just to put on the sabers that I already have and be able to just do some swinging around in the house and not have to worry about hitting the ceiling and taking out fixtures and stuff. And these are heavy. I got one heavy grade and one mid grade, so never had a 24-inch blade, never even had a 32-inch blade, so these are pretty cool. We'll just use these. These are just kind of spare blades that I'll just use for just, you know, playing around and not having to worry about hitting things in the house. So very cool. And so yeah, let's get to it. Let's go with the Fulcrum first. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the, oh, what did I do with my saber? Good roller. This is the Ultrasabers Fulcrum you've been hearing about. That was announced recently. I swear I had a pair of scissors around here. Oh well. We'll just have to use brute strength. Okay, so I got on each of these, I got the Ultra Edge mid-grade blade, and here we go. Oh, wow, that is the most beautiful thing I have seen ever, other than of course all the previous sabers I've ever gotten from Ultrasabers, who are also all beautiful too, but this is this one truly has a personality of its own. And right off the bat, as Emery pointed out, you've got these two what we wouldn't call bunny ears, but we called like tombstone looking things on the side. And what's interesting is they have kind of like a little indentation, kind of like a concave tip on the end here. And yeah, it's very cool, these two pieces here. From top to bottom, what I went with is a gold button. So I've got the gold button here, and I went with the these are very cold, by the way. I'm leaving condensation marks all over this saber. So I also went with the black activation box, black AV switch, illuminated red, and then black Covertech wheel, and of course this is come standard. And I must say that the pommel, I really like the pommel. I've seen this kind of design on other sabers so far, and you know, with the Scorpion and the Guardian, this one is still even unique on its own. I like the wider spikes on the end, and how they're very sort of flush with the circumference of the pommel. They don't rise up very high. I really like this design. This would be the kind of pommel that I could see going on other, like buying this pommel if they sell it eventually separate, buying this pommel specifically if it's possible to go on other sabers, because it does come off. Actually, the whole piece comes off. This black part comes off as part of the pommel, so I'm not sure how it would look with other sabers, but I really like the design, and I really like the bottom of this pommel and the design there. That is really nice. So I'm just going to step real quick out of the camera view to turn off the lights and turn this on. On this one, this is the Fulcrum. I got the Consular, the Tri-Consular Green. And it's, as always, Tri-Consular Green is amazing. I got the red AV switch on the activation box, so that is looking really sharp. I'll turn the lights on in a minute so you can see how it looks on that black activation switch and the silver inlay pattern that they've got on there. But yeah, that is, I'm really happy I did that. I almost went with the white one, but with the white illuminated AV switch. In fact, I almost went with the silver activation box too. So I'm overall just tickled that I did the black activation box and the red illuminated switch. So there you go, that's how that looks. And again, just to show you real quick how that looks, that red on the black activation switch with all that little inlay, the inlay kind of like an eye. That's one of the things I loved about this, is it reminded me of Lord of the Rings, Sauron, which, you know, if I turn it this way, even more so, you got your eye of Sauron here. But I really like the red and how that kind of looked like the iris of an eye in the power switch. So that was pretty cool. And again, I got the gold button, which is looking really good on this. So this whole setup, I'm thrilled. So way to go, Ultrasabers! You guys have hit a home run once again, and I am blown away. I just can't believe it. I'm going to compare this now with some of the other sabers I have, just so you can see the hilt size. Just going to lay that carefully there. I found my scissors. So I think I'll go with the most obvious comparison that you might expect, and that would be the Electrum Wind, maybe, just for a comparable size. And just gonna step out of camera's view right now so I can kind of do some close-ups. So here is an end-to-end comparison. End of the pommel here with the Electrum Wind and the Fulcrum. It's going to give you an idea of the contouring. You can clearly see this part here is your primary area. Kind of different approach. And this is where we end on the Electrum Wind. So got a good on camera. I'm not sure if you could tell, but it's at least 1.5 inches of space, maybe longer. So yeah, kind of a long hilt the Fulcrum is, but at the same time, it's great. It's kind of reminds me, if I had it, I don't have a Scorpion yet, but it kind of reminds me of what the comparison to a Scorpion might be. A Scorpion would probably be more right on target, easy to compare. So that is the Electrum Wind. Just to kind of give you another comparison. Well, let's just try the Graflex, shall we? The Graflex. And the Graflex is a much smaller hilt. So I don't know if that this lends itself to being helpful, but there you go with a comparison of the Graflex. And the other thing I think I'll do real quick is just show you give you a close-up of the ends of these. I still don't know what to call them. These tombstones. You can kind of see the concave tip on each of these, which I didn't expect. I just thought they were all round on the top. So this is yet another bonus, another amazing little detail that Ultrasabers has thrown in on this that is just a nice bonus. Gold switch. I think it looks beautiful right next to the black button there on the top. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to just showcase my beautiful black activation switch with the red illuminated AV switch, because it just looks so pretty. So yes, this is a fantastic saber. As far as wieldability, I'm just going to sit down because I'm kind of tall. But yeah, I find myself being a right-handed person. Having handled this for the first time, I'm feeling like that is my most comfortable, natural hold. So it kind of overlaps the AV switch a little bit, but I've got big hands, so. But I love how this tapering here just naturally folds into or adapts to the edge of my hand here. And I did not get Flash on Clash, obviously, because it is a Tri-Cree Consular green. So no Flash on Clash, but did get the Obsidian V4 sound. And you've all seen lots and lots of demos of that before.
Episode 2, Episode 6. Confirmed.
So you've seen lots and lots of demos for that, so I don't need to do that, but I really like this. So now I'm going to continue on. I'm going to put this aside safely down here next to just nice sheepskin rug, keep it nice. Next one coming out here is the Lost Gray. Oh, the Lost Gray! Oh my gosh, this one actually I think I'm more excited for. I love the Fulcrum with with the little tombstones. I think that's my favorite feature. And I'm not sure I would have come up with that name on my own had Emery never mentioned that. So I'm really thankful to Emery Harris for calling them tombstones, because I don't know what else to call them, and I think they look exactly like that. So I don't know what that means as far as what the Sabres' personality is going to be. Here comes death. Death to you if you fight someone holding a Fulcrum. Better wish you weren't there. So not sure. Got my scissors this time, a little bit faster. Okay. And here we have the Lost Gray. And again, just amazing. Again, I chose the gold button on this one too. I wanted to try to keep the Fulcrum and the Lost Gray almost as if they were brothers, so very slight difference. I got the silver Covertech wheel on this one instead of the black, which it normally comes with. So I've got the silver button here on the end. I've got the silver Covertech wheel. Let's kind of get a close-up on that. I'll do a close-up here in a minute. But yeah, silver button on the rear, button, silver Covertech wheel, gold button up here, and a black illuminated AV switch, or sorry, red illuminated black AV switch here to match its brother, the Fulcrum, its older brother. And again, just a smaller version of the pommel that the Fulcrum has, just slightly smaller and slightly smaller diameter overall. Same pattern, looks like. And I'll turn this one. This one I got in Guardian Blue. I'm actually kind of excited to see this one, especially because I have a Guardian Blue that I bought on my very first Saber at Comic-Con from the Ultrasabers booth for my Consular. It's just the regular Guardian Blue. It's not the Tri. So this one I got the Tri Guardian Blue, and so I'm really excited to see what it's going to look like. I do have a plan in mind to use a special kind of blade that uses the blue light from the Guardian Blue called the Photon Blade that's going to make this into a green, kind of a lime green blade as well. So I'll get the lime green look, and I really hope to have received that by now, but I haven't received it. So props to Ultrasabers again for super fast shipping, super fast service, always great customer service. Geniuses behind the scenes in their shop creating these works of art, these amazing sabers. So yeah, I'm disappointed I didn't have the blade to go along with this to really showcase this hilt, because that's what that blade would do, is it would really showcase the crap out of how awesome this hilt is. But that will be forthcoming. I'll probably do a different review for that. So I'm going to turn the lights off now to showcase how the Guardian Blue looks on this saber. Here we go. And I also got this in the red switch, so ooh, yes indeed. That looks pretty nice. I have a Dark Prophecy where I did the same thing, and it was a red AV switch and a tri-Arctic blue blade. So I really like the red and the blue pairing. I've never done, like, say, the Guardian Blue before, and it's a really solid color. I also got something I didn't even think to mention a minute ago, is I got pointed tips on these sabers, on my blades. So these each have a pointed tip. So now would be a good time with the Guardian Blue to see how well the light makes it up to the tip. And this is a 32-inch blade that I have on this Lost Gray. This is my first 32-inch blade, and as would be appropriate for the Lost Gray, I decided this would be the time to get a 32-inch blade. And it's interesting because I'm 6'2", and I've been really on the fence as to whether I would like a 32-inch blade or not. But it is actually really nice. There's that extra 4 inches that just, right now, since I don't have that extra 4 inches, it makes it pretty nice, and there's a little bit of weight that's off too. These are only mid-grade blades, but still, I notice a weight difference. As far as the balance on this with the 32-inch blade, I think the balance point is right at the opening of the emitter, right there. Let's see. Right there. So I don't know if that helps anyone with this one in particular. I know this was a very popular one, maybe more so than the Fulcrum, for spinning possibly. But hopefully that helps you know kind of how this balances with the 32-inch blade. And just to do a quick comparison on this one with the, check this out. I gotta do a close-up. This is just a beautiful, beautiful blade, and just so cool how it's just slightly different enough from the Fulcrum, with the missing tombstones on the end, and another big button that's missing. Instead, they just have a regular button here. But I'm really happy that I went continual had some continuity with the parts I chose. To be honest, I've been intrigued by the new thing that I've seen from there's a Saberform member by the name of Jedi XIX, and he introduced the idea of taking this black bezel on this black AV switch, taking the black bezel, replacing it, doing a switcheroo as he calls it, with a silver bezel. And I was just so close to doing that. Would have been after the fact, so I would have had to pay a disassembly fee because they had already built it, but I almost had them do a black or a silver bezel right here. This bezel here would be silver instead of black, so I would still have the red illuminated black AV switch, but I would then have the silver bezel around it. And I know it would have looked good. It definitely would have looked sharp, but it would have fallen out of line a little bit with the overall continuity that I think I was really wanting with the Fulcrum. So I'm really happy that I stayed with this option and didn't go that way. I'll just turn this off real quick. And I will do a quick comparison now, again with the same sabers that I did before. Let's first go with the Electrum Wind. I mean, this is the most recent, next newest saber that they just released in September, so let's see what this looks like. And many of you have the Electrum Wind already, so you'll be very familiar with how kind of wieldy it is, bigger. So yeah, here we go. We've got the pommels aligned as best I can, and just a little bit longer. So the Electrum Wind is in between the Fulcrum's length and the Lost Gray's length. And you know, the one, of course, the other key difference with the Lost Gray over the Fulcrum is the tapering coming off the pommel is a very, very subtle. Trying to get focused here. Not really focusing too well. It's so shiny. Very, very subtle drop here on this tapering versus the, obviously the Fulcrum was a lot more significant. I'm just going to bring the Fulcrum back into the picture. Okay, so there we go. I've got them aligned again once again about the same at the back here. So, you know, it's funny because on the Fulcrum I actually thought the pommel was larger, but it's actually the same size. Diameter wise. So there's a comparison side by side with the Electrum Wind. We've got the Fulcrum on the top, Lost Gray in the middle, and the Electrum Wind there at the bottom. And as you can see, the Electrum Wind actually is so close to being exactly the same length as the Lost Gray. It's just so close. And then there's a comparison with the Fulcrum there at the end. And here again, let's just do that other comparison with the Graflex. So there you go with the significantly 3 different lengths. As you can see, this really, these 2 at the top really dwarf the or really make the Graflex look like a bit of a dwarf size. Much smaller hilt indeed. Good inch difference between the Graflex and the Lost Gray. One other one I'll throw into the mix that's a favorite among Saber Forum enthusiasts here, or Saber Forum members, Ultrasabers fans, is the Prophecy. I have the Dark Prophecy. And it's just a little bit longer than the Graflex. Not by much, but it almost reaches the end. You got the end of the Lost Gray right there, so we're only talking like a ½ an inch difference. So, and you know, why not? Let's just throw one more into the mix while we're at it. Let's do, I'm going to move this down. This is my Consular with an arch-on pommel and a dark manticore emitter. The dark manticore emitter is roughly the same height as the default emitter that comes with the Consular, so still a pretty good comparison anyway. Now there, you'll see almost, whoops, if I don't knock it to death here, you'll see almost a perfect match in its length. So that Consular is about the same length as you can see there, same length as the Lost Gray. So hope that helps everyone with the size reference. And I think that's it. I think there's been a lot of other features on this that have already been, a lot of other general features that come with all sabers, like blade color, tricolor blades, the Obsidian soundboard has been reviewed many times. So I won't bore you and go into that. I just really wanted to focus on the differences of these two new beautiful creations from Ultrasabers. And to make a powerful exit, I'm going to turn them all on. And these two, actually I don't have a battery charged in the Consular, but I do have a blade plug and a battery in the Prophecy. So, and actually the Prophecy, here's just an example. I have the red AV switch as well on that. So that gives you some idea of why I chose that option. I'll just turn these around so you can see how pretty they are. The Eye of Sauron. Sorry, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, so gotta throw that in there. In any case, I hope everyone gets the chance to own at least one or both of these. They are definitely worth anything you spend for them. Whether it be the Emerald driver or the basic configuration with a regular LED and Obsidian light, like I said, or if you go all the way and just go Obsidian V4 Emerald driver, the whole works. These are indeed worthy additions to the Ultrasabers family. They've done a spectacular job in bringing these really to life. Something that has been long asked for, I guess. I haven't been with Ultrasabers for more than a few months, so I know they've been in great demand. So the call came, Ultrasabers answered, and we are all the beneficiaries of that. So I'm so happy to have gotten the chance to order one. Sorry this review is so long. Have a good day. Talk to you soon.